This video contains content that may be confronting.
An ABC investigation has obtained distressing videos and victims' accounts of IS sympathisers luring and assaulting gay and bisexual boys on camera in Sydney. The footage is among recordings played in Sydney courts or circulated in chat groups and obtained by the ABC from court files, victims and members of the public. Investigative reporter Sean Rubinsztein-Dunlop joins us now from Sydney. He's been investigating this. Sean, hi there. Tell us about these ISIS-inspired gay bashings.
Look, we've been tracking these horrific assaults which have taken place in the 2 years leading up to the Bondi massacre at the hands of teenagers connected to the Islamic State network that produced the Bondi gunmen, Naveed and Sajid Akram. We've obtained videos showing these really horrific assaults in which Sydney teenagers were lured on dating apps, ambushed, quite seriously assaulted and robbed, often by packs of Islamic State supporters. In some videos you can hear Islamic State slogans being yelled, really vile homophobic abuse, and I can't overstate how serious these assaults are. Teenagers' heads being stomped on, a young person being kicked and stomped on while unconscious, leaving them horrified and in some cases with serious injuries.
What have you found out about the group of teenagers who are behind the attacks?
Well, according to the police, a number of these teenagers were allegedly part of an Islamic State network that involved teenagers plotting a terrorist attack, another teenager who stabbed a bishop in an alleged terrorist attack in 2024, and we've uncovered connections between some in that group and a notorious Sydney preacher, Wissam Haddad. He's a spiritual leader of Australia's ISIS network, and his prayer centre was shut down in the wake of the Bondi attack because of links to the Bondi attackers. Several of these videos were shared with ISIS watermarks and appear to have been carried out in the name of the Islamic State terrorist group in the years leading up to the Bondi attack. And that exposes questions around whether Australia was prepared for the resurgence of Islamic State in Australia, and also, crucially, whether LGBTQIA plus people are acutely exposed to violent extremism. Certainly analysts tell us that's the case right now.
That's interesting. You've reported that this was part of a wave of attacks right across Australia in which men were lured on apps and assaulted on camera. Sean, tell us what the scale of this is.
There have been scores of similar attacks in recent years in which gay and bisexual men and teenagers are lured on apps and filmed while they're ambushed, bashed and robbed. The true scale of this isn't known because a lot of police forces don't record the figures, but figures we've obtained show there were more than 60 people charged over such offences in New South Wales and Victoria since 2023. Also cases recorded in Queensland, Western Australia, the ACT, and analysts tell us that LGBTQIA plus people are among the most likely targets of terrorism and violent extremism right now, only second to Australian Jews. I should say most of these attacks were carried out by young people, often teenagers. In the cases we've looked at, these were Islamic State sympathisers, but in many cases they've been radicalised by a range of ideologies, from jihadism to the far right and manosphere influences, and it's a trend across the world of so-called bait and bash videos where gay people violently assaulted, extorted, robbed on camera, and those videos are often shared as trophies.
Sean, does anyone ever get arrested for these crimes?
Well, certainly in the cases we've looked at, 5 teenagers have been convicted over these assaults. Another one is before the courts. As I said, there have been more than 60 arrests in New South Wales and Victoria alone. But police say the scale of this is going underreported. A lot of victims don't come forward. We're seeing a lot of victims being targeted in ethnic minority communities where some of them stay in the closet, and advocates are calling on victims to come forward to police so that offenders can be charged and so that we can discover the true scale of this problem.